see a little bit. It's just sad. It's terribly sad.
Yeah.
And even like just can you just describe what you see like in the tents?
We try to maintain our own safety first.
Yeah.
So we won't go into any tents.
Okay.
If we do have any medical calls, we'll be pulling them out onto the street to work, just because we don't want to kneel into a pile of dirty needles or get stuck with something, and then our own health is at risk. So a lot of the tents are what you'd expect. They do get a lot of donations down here, so they'll have a lot of fresh blankets. They'll have some of them even have nice linens, right? And, other places will have heating. The fire marshals come down here every couple of weeks just to make sure that there's no like propane burners. There's been some tents that have caught on fire because they'll have the huge propane tanks that have been burned in the middle of it, especially during the winter when it's really snowing.
Yeah. How was the winter as compared to like this year as compared to what you've seen prior? I mean,
fires were definitely a lot more difficult in the winter because it was freezing this season. So I remember we were walking down this strip and there was one tent that had steam, just like tons of steam rolling off of it. So we're like, what's going on in there? We open it up and then there's a smaller tent. Open up that, whole bunch of steam and smoke comes out, and there's probably about 7 men huddled around an open flame in a tiny, tiny tent. So just that they've had quite a few tent fires. A lot of it is when nobody was in the tent, thank goodness. But it was just burned, severely burned, like completely gone. So a lot more problems with that, where it was wet, cold, there's ice everywhere, so a lot more open flames and things that weren't allowed and that are quite dangerous, especially if you're using and you're not coherently in the right mind. But summer, it's died down for as far as tent fires, definitely.
I used to work for the city of Surrey, and I'd especially noticed during like summer months, you'll get a lot more just like foot traffic down here. Like people just get a lot more people coming down here to migrate to either get their drugs or just hang out. In the winter, when it's cold, snowing, wet, raining, whatever, you'll get a lot more people just kind of like locked inside their tents. So it seems like there's less people on the strip, but it can be deceiving. But it's hard to give you guys an accurate number as to how many people are actually here, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think you could probably extrapolate at least a couple hundred.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I would say easily. And I mean, that must kind of fluctuate, as you said, on the weather and even just probably the cycle, like, the cycle of the month, the Wednesday. Like, I'm sure it gets really busy on that last Wednesday.
Yeah.
Mario?
When these outhouses weren't here, the fences
Mario!
were actually down and they were kind of ripped out, and this area was massive for overdoses. People would go right between that fence, right here, and they shoot up a lot over there, or they go along the side there, and now they've banned that.